welcome everyone. You are now watching and listening to Calling the Audible, the flagship show, the Division D podcast, the official FPF podcast, the podcast that started all, the granddaddy of them all, Kentucky baby of podcast football.
It wasn't even yours back then. You stole it.
I straight up stole it, absolutely, just like Bill Gates stole a company. I stole Calling the Audible. I am joined in the studio with a more than slight downgrade in looks. Instead of Jim Collectors, which is really slight. Jim's a really good guy.
Okay, we have to give it that.
Yeah, absolutely. We will say you're joined by Simon Badgley. You can tweet him at Badgley FPF. To my left is the Jersey director, producer. He's showcasing new swag that we brought as FPF flag media members. If you have not yet bought a jersey, make sure you do so by ordering from stores who are nice enough to get us our very own backdrop for the podcast. They, of course, are official jersey sponsors. Remember, it's in the game. It's in the cage. It's getting worse this time. I keep forgetting what it is. So, Simon Badgley being portrayed as a picture, of course, by producer Mokan. If you want to tweet him nasty things, you can do it by tweeting him at Mokan19, as he is not, in fact, Company Man. Company Man is the Eagle Master Control. He can be tweeted at Eagle FPF. So if you want to keep the light of the show live, tell me to do that.
This is the longest introduction. It's longer than the freaking episodes.
Yeah, it was. I'm a long-winded guy. I'm known for how long I am. Simo, thank you for joining us on short notice. For those of you who don't know, for no one outside this room, basically I took to Simo and said, oh, by the way, you're joining me on DVD. He was not ready, but I think just his knowledge of the league will help him get through today. Getting through week after week is tyrants. They win another one, 33-19. I've been critical of George McTaris in the past. What has got him playing for Zebra?
He would just do well with this competition. He's been playing football for a very long time. This is a team that has been playing FPF for a very long time. They also play Outdoors League.
It's a well-known team around. They have very good players, and the two brothers they have are very, very good. I forgot their name, I'm sorry.
Kalazakis.
Thank you, sir. And their quarterback also, he has good days, bad days. He's known for his bad days more than his good days, but I believe last week was one of his good days. When he's on, Tyrants win games, and they're good at what they do, and they're not to be underestimated.
The Tyrants have not beaten any team with a winning record. Are they good, or are they a product of their schedule at this point?
I think they're good. I think they play well. They do make mistakes, so they have to catch up on their own mistakes sometimes, which could be frustrating for some players. But I do believe in the Tyrants and Div D. I think it's the right fit for the right division, and I think they're going to surprise a few teams in the second half.
One thing to look at here for George Nicataris, I mean, as a quarterback, his career highs was in winter 2013, 30 TDs, 20 INTs. Now, of course, this year he's had one multi-INT game, which was 2 weeks ago when he threw 3 INTs. He's averaged 1 INT per game here. I wonder, can he cut down on that and have almost a near-perfect game by not throwing any INTs in a football match?
I think that would be key. Already cutting down 2-1 a game has been impressive, but if he can remove the mistakes from his game, it would have helped him, for example, in a game where they lost against formerly teamless. But honestly, I think that's the one thing holding him back from being at that next level. But he's played good enough to win. For PMS, without Patrick Pilote, the offense looks stagnant. Do you think they can win games without him, Simon?
Without him, I feel like they're missing playmakers. I feel like there's a hole. He fills that hole in defense that... it's so great, I know. But he's been playing really well. Honestly, like he's that key defender, he's that key receiver on offense. I believe he's their one playmaker that they rely a lot on, and if he's absent, the team just feels like they're looking around for someone to do something. Like they're missing that one guy to do the play to keep the momentum up, and that's speed up for them.
Absolutely, and then another game, one of the closest games this weekend, we saw Les Affreux beating These Nuts.
These Nuts.
39-37. So, Simo, you were there for this game. What are your impressions?
It was a great game from top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Seriously, are you doing this on purpose?
But Jonathan Amir played really, really well. I think he completed the 28 passes.
28 of 34, 225 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
He had a great night. The only mistake they did was to let Dumont throw a pass. He's my teammate.
Those a better pass than you, actually.
Debatable. He's my teammate, so I can throw him under the bus if I want to. They were in the red zone. They went for a trick play. They usually do on converts. Dumont threw a bad floater, picked off. It almost cost it off the game, but their defense stepped it up, and they actually managed to win.
Just a key note for Les after they've lost Bruno Pelletier for the remainder of the season. So I still think they have a deep enough roster that it won't make that much of a difference.
One thing to look at, Matthew Dubois, this year twice he's scoring 3 receiving touchdowns. He's had 1 4-game TD, which was last week, and 2 weeks ago 3 TDs. So he's been the touchdown maker for this football team this season.
So is he part of the depth that I was asking about, Mokan?
Potentially.
Okay.
No, he was very, very good. He's definitely their best player on the field. Dumont fills in nicely. I think I need to stop.
Honestly.
But honestly, Dumont has been playing really well. He's that guy they go to on 3rd down and 4th down conversions. Martin Jackson was impressive on their game against these nuts, which was Tuesday night. And Dubois has just been lighting it up every week.
And Daniel Bellefeuille in this game getting 1 sack, which means he probably only smoked 3 cartons of cigarettes before the game.
Like 3 liters of NOS. Yeah, don't forget
it's true. It's the worst combination ever.
I saw him actually smoke cigarettes, drink a liter of NOS, and vomit on the field before halftime.
At least it wasn't urine this time.
That's true. Dave, in the context, of course, for those who haven't listened to the show for many seasons, Daniel Bellefeuille once picked up a bottle of what he thought was Gatorade, but was urine, and unfortunately took a
Is that a myth, or is that...
It's true.
It's true. It's fact.
I've seen him done some weird shit when drunk, also.
Dave Daou on the other side for these nuts, having completed 12 of 24, but he did throw for 214 yards and 6 touchdowns in this game, just not enough to win. What was the problem for these nuts in this game?
Well, the only successful thing they did right was Devin Daou, who literally stole a ball, stole an interception from Dubois and ran it for 40 yards. It was pretty incredible. David had a really bad game, to be honest. He relies a lot on the deep ball and on his brother, and it just looked like they decided to take Devin out, which didn't work because he finished with like 115 yards. But still, David Daou really struggled. He says I'm his bad luck charm, so I'll take that as a compliment.
It's like most women.
It's like Mo for me.
Yeah,
basically.
Fair. That's fair.
So I get why Mo likes to scorekeep my games now. It's fun.
Mo's
The
actually
reason why I do that is because I know there will be no 5 plays at the end of the game.
That's true. It will probably be a blowout. I will say, however, for myself, Mokan is the greatest stat keeper I've ever had to keep my games. He honestly he's been scorekeeping all my best games. So Mo is actually my rabbit's foot.
Really? Mo's nice to me. He takes interceptions off my score sheet. Like literally, I have to tell Mo you forgot to put interceptions that I threw.
He just feels bad for you.
Maybe. Or maybe he's just bad at what he does. It's
No trade-off. No 5 plays. Take off an INT or 2. Wink, wink.
I do feel bad for Wolfpack. They did take a loss this week, 29-15 at the hands of 5-star prospects. Terry Tam, far from a 5-star prospect himself, struggled in this game. He struggled to score more than 2 or 3 times per game. What has stunted his growth? Not his actual height, but rather his growth as an FPF quarterback.
Well, I love to hate on Terry Tam because, well, it's Terry Tam, but he's been nice to me this season, so I'll try to be nice to him. I think it was just a bad game. I think it's a fluke. Terry Tam relies a lot on his arm strength and on deep balls, and sadly, what happened here is 5-star prospect really took that away and forced him to throw these 10-15 yards down the field, and it's not his strength. And they took what Wolfpack does properly away from them, and they struggled.
So wait, so by arm strength, do you mean chucking it up in the air and having 6'4" receivers?
Chuck and duck.
Chuck and duck.
Yes.
All right, fair.
Yes.
Quickly here, guys. I think for Wolfpack, the biggest issue is the egos on the team. Terry's got to control whether it's Jakub Telemac, Cafe, all these guys that want the ball. If you look at the stats, Jakub Telemac has at least 4 or 5 passes per game, and that can hurt a rhythm of a quarterback trying to be a quarterback at that level.
I agree.
That's fair. For 5-star prospects, they brought in a prospect this game. They brought in Earl Anderson, father Jeremy Anderson, who snapped in the game. Some of the ugliest snaps I've ever seen, but he did catch an impressive TD in the middle of the field. So congratulations to Earl. It was great to see him out there, and great to see the multi-generational component of the team.
I have nothing to say about that.
Awesome. That was more of a statement.
I'll just nod and say, stop looking at me like that. There you go.
All right, for those of you not watching, please note that I was staring creepily at Simon Dagenet. Jordan Moses on the move is something to behold. But do you think he can be an effective passer, or does he rely too much on his legs?
He doesn't rely as much as I would expect him to on his legs. He doesn't run that often. The stat sheets would say otherwise, but Mocom might be.
But not only that, but I'm saying, like in the pocket, like he doesn't throw it necessarily from a platform. He moves around a lot.
Yeah, okay. He scrambles a lot. That I get. But it's also one of his strengths. He's a very fast guy. He's quick on his feet, which allows him to deep the rusher a little bit and buy enough time to find open receivers. When there's nothing open, instead of forcing a ball, he would just roam around and try to wait for something to happen. And we've seen success in that in the lower divisions a lot with certain quarterbacks. So that's not a weakness, in my opinion.
I think a weakness for Moses is the fact that, like, for any quarterback, they love to throw the deep ball. It's a short game that he has to improve on. Yep. His throws aren't as accurate, and sometimes it's a one hopper that has to be corrected. And I think with time, he could become an adequate quarterback at that level.
Could become adequate. Interesting. Mokan, Jordan Moses afro. Timely? Timeless.
Did you see it now?
What?
Did you see it now?
It's impressive. It's impressive.
No, it's no longer an afro.
Oh, no?
He has a Jerry curl going on.
Really?
It's almost a Jerry curl.
That's pretty good.
Google Baron Davis Jerry curl. It looks like that.
So, but would you say that it is a timeless look or a dated look?
I think it's a timeless look.
I'm going to go timeless as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go timeless.
I would
like
say
it.
timeless because it looks good.
It does. It works.
So I can't say dated because it doesn't look good.
Speaking of looks good, I will look good after break, but I'm going to put Simo through the ringer when we go through a segment that I like to call 3 words.
Do we cut now or?
I'm waiting for Eagle.
Been brought to you by the English Montreal School Board's DEAL program. Distance education for all learners will allow you to obtain your high school diploma or prerequisites for CEGEP or vocational studies from the comfort of your own home. It's never too late to go back to school. Learn anywhere at your own pace and get your diploma. Call 514-788-5937 for information or visit www.distanceed.ca for more details.
I've been counted in by Eagle, who obviously doesn't read the script and doesn't listen to what I prescribe for music.
He's bad at that. So like you're asking him to count down things.
You said fried chicken by...
I said that? Chicken Fry by Zach Conrad.
This is it.
Nope. You played the PFP song?
Nope. Yep.
All right, so anyway.
This is it.
Nope, it's not.
This is totally it.
It's really not. But thank you, Eagle, for your finest efforts, which apparently aren't that great. Thank you, everyone, for listening and perhaps watching Calling the Audible, the flagship show of the FPF Podcast Network. Of course, if you're watching, you know we are at the Sportiera Cage, where, if it's in the game, it's in the cage.
Please stop.
Never. It's the greatest. It's the greatest thing I never invented.
It's in the cage. How about that?
It's in the cage. It's also still in the cage. Thank you, Sportiera, for the wonderful banner that you've made for FPF and the backdrop for our show. Of course, if you haven't got your jerseys yet, there's always time to order for next season. Mokan to my left is illustrating the new FPF swag. And he wants to, Eagle is asking to show the backside. There it is. Monogrammed is FPF. For those of you watching and not having it in full screen, now would be a good time to do it. But quickly go back to half screen as we show the faces of Simon Dagenet, who is our co-host this week. He can be followed at Dagenet FPF. Remember, if you want to tweet the show live, you can do so by tweeting at Eagle FPF. So this is the segment called 3 Words. I will list each team in every division, in every conference in this division, and I will ask you to pick 3 words that defines them.
Oh, that's fair.
It needs to be either A, accurate, B, inaccurate, C, sexually inappropriate.
Wait, I thought I was picking the words.
You're picking the words. It has to be one of those 3 categories.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to say one of these.
All of them are okay.
Because you're so precise when you describe things.
Never.
Are prepositions words in this context?
Yes.
So, it's the...
Exactly.
Oh, man, that's going to suck.
That's going to suck.
So let's move
3
on.
words. I like it. So 3 words, 5-star prospects.
Jordan Moses' feet.
Jordan Moses' feet. Got it. DG Goons.
I don't know.
Diablos.
3-man army.
Global Gym Purple Cobras.
Dan's bad side.
2.5 wannabes.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that's more than 3. You cheated. Disqualified.
Number.
2H wannabe. Pardon my swag.
I would say you are not pardoned, but that's more than 3 words. So let's move on.
All right. Show me your TDs, which are not aptly named because they're not scoring.
No offense. Adana.
All right. I'm going to start calling him that when I text him.
No offense at all.
Hot Boys Hotline. I'm going to call them the lucky team.
No.
Eagle.
No, they're fast. Like I was impressed by the speed they had. That's all they have, but they're fast, and they have bird.
That's fair. That's fair. Formerly teamless.
Too many Fs.
Fair. Next. Mokan. Formerly.
Looking good.
Fair.
Change name, guys.
If ing is a word, then looking good works. Tyrants.
I have to go with 2-man army.
All right. Bronx Bombers.
They're great.
Crimson Tide.
Brent Calendar sucks.
That's very accurate.
Brent Calendar's washed.
That's Brent Calendar's team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is. That's Brent's team?
Brent has literally no hands whatsoever. I just had to put it out there. I saw him drop 3 passes on 3 targets, which 2 were interceptions. He's the worst pass catcher in FPF.
3 more words for Brent. Brent is chubby.
It's true. Ooh. He's putting up the chub. Maybe that's why I didn't bring you the cake, Brent Calendar.
Fake fisherman.
Even the crowd agrees.
Wolfpack.
Not enough control.
Too many egos.
I like that. Hooligans.
I have to plug in Chris Olsen in those 3 words at somewhere, because that team has too much temper for their own good, but at the same time, it's the reason why they're successful. So it's difficult. Like when their tempers flare, they play well, but at the same time, it's a curse. So it's Chris Olsen's curse. That's
like 20 words right there, dude. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. Mokan, help him out. 3 words. Hooligans.
Fake English fans.
Fair. I'm going to say snap to Chris, because I snapped to Chris Olsen in 1 game, and as it turns out, he's shorter than most of my quarterbacks. So when I average 1 missed snap a season, I missed 4 snaps in a row to Chris Olsen.
Interesting.
Absolutely. Let's go with the Warhawks.
Div Seabound.
Oh, sorry.
10 minutes left.
Nine. Sorry. Nice uniforms.
Yeah, they are cool. Backyard Bullies.
Rich Hume's class.
Yeah, I like that.
Underperforming.
I'm going to go with Not Quite Bullies. Tomahawk Nightmare, Mokan.
Stats.
They are bullies.
I'm going to go with Learn the Rules, as they tend to have the rules about questions.
No, they know the rules, except
they asked about straight line immunity, which hasn't been a rule for like 4 years. Not seasons, 4 years.
Yeah, but they're all old guys. Like, they've been playing FPF for so long.
Exactly, know the rules. These nuts.
These nuts. Gotti.
Best name ever.
It's pretty good.
Who's that 3 words? Smoke on, sorry.
Oh, Smoke on?
Chastity belt.
All right, that's interesting. I don't want to know why. Let's leave it there. Also, chastity belt are 2 words, but that's okay. Sticky hands. Give me 3 words. Pick up the pace. I just want your immediate thoughts.
I don't know. I never seen you play.
That's odd. Okay. Smoke on. 3 words.
Lack of QB.
Lack of QB. Eagle, you got any to chime in for sticky hands?
Use the bathroom.
Okay.
Creepy.
Les Aigles. Let's never talk to Eagle again.
Blood Machine's better.
Nice guys.
All right. I actually like Blood Machines, but I'm going to stick with that, actually, because that was a very apt observation. Which, of course, if you want to know more about, you can read my article this week. Jaegerbomb.
Clutch. That's one word, and I'll stick to it.
Okay.
Marc-Andre Nguyen.
I'm going to go with Peasy's favorite team. I am biased. That's my bias. Les Affreux.
John Lemieux's team. If he's good, he's good. If not,
Hot Chicks.
they're not coming anymore.
I love how Mokan only ever says 2 words.
They don't come to games anymore.
That's true. And I know the story behind why they don't come. It's a sad
I know
story.
too.
Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights?
Gotham. Nice. I'm just sad Bruce is not
Bruce
playing
Wayne?
quarterback anymore.
I know.
I'm just
Who's their QB?
It is Chris Rivet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I kind of tend to agree, but you know what? They're playing better than I thought they would. I would say division leading defense. The Alpha T's.
wrong division.
Fun group guys.
I want to say, given that they have a 3-2 record, I am teased. Bromigos.
Oh boy.
You have 1 word left. Oh boy. 1 word.
Well, the quarterback's injured now, so oh boy.
That's a lot of
oh
words.
boy, QB.
Mokan.
Like Three Amigos.
I like it. I think I would see that as a Mexican themed pub. I like that. I'd go to Bromigos. Junkyard Dogs.
I don't know. I've never seen them play for as long as they've been in FBF. It's one of the teams that I actually have no intel on.
I'm gonna stop asking you questions.
It's only the third time.
This is so bad. I'm gonna ask Eagle. Eagle, say something, please.
Performing under expectation.
All right.
Jason Rossi QB.
I'm gonna say, dude, what happened? Because I did not expect this. Blue Devils.
No quarterback.
Quarterback is Gianfranco Ronaldo.
No.
Just not this week, but normally it is.
In normal times?
Yeah, in normal
that guy
times.
was fast, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Still, my opinion remains no quarterback.
All right, so
Lack of
this
quarterback.
is the segment of the show we go out of bounds with the GM Calethris. Now, the reason the reason we included this segment was in each of my articles I make up 3 random topics at the end of my in my conclusion that
This
GM said,
cannot go
hey,
wrong.
we should actually talk about it. So we're going out of bounds this time with Simon Dagenet. So first thing, the troops are deployed for many reasons, but is the greatest the defense of fried chicken and cold beer on Friday night?
So wait, what do I have to say? Do I have to say I agree with the topic?
No, you have to answer the question. I asked you a question.
Well, you can never go wrong with beer and fried chicken on a Friday night.
So
Never.
is it the greatest reason for defense?
Definitely.
I would
You cannot
increase.
go wrong
I
with
would
that.
absolutely increase defense spending for that reason alone. Which gin joint will she, the girl of your dream, your 5th grade math teacher, or both, be least likely to walk into?
Math teacher. Because 5th grade there was
Yes,
a lot
but
of
which
girls.
gin joint would she least be likely to walk into?
The feeder.
All right. What about you, Mokan?
Don't know.
All right, fair. Mokan is not known to frequent gin joints, of course. What are the most inappropriate materials to build a water slide out of?
This is a great question. This is the only line I read on the script
Lubricants.
was this.
All right.
And I thought about it and I came up with nothing because I was like cement and no, that's good.
Lubricants.
Rubber and like no, that's good also. Like gum, that's also great. I'm like nothing, everything is good.
Papier mâché is not great.
So I will go with fried chicken.
Fried chicken, you can eat your way out of the slide.
Fried chicken and beer. That's not a good water slide.
Well, it can be if the beer is used to.
True, that's such a waste.
A roll of sandpaper and Tabasco sauce.
That's pretty bad. MK, any feedback? Most inappropriate materials to build a water slide.
Lubricants.
Yeah, but that's good.
But just lubricant, nothing to slide, just lubricant. And that's it. That's the one material. All right, that's it. This week I'm going to go for 2. First of all, for those of you who read the article, you'll know, of course, that my mid-season breakdown is coming out on PZ's Playbook this week. I'm going to break down all your teams, whether you lived up to expectations, whether you play like Simon Dagenet, or somewhere in between. The other thing is, on my second point, I'm going to say, for those of you who have not watched the Division C Game of the Week, I know that it was not Division for most of you, but do take a moment to watch it because FPF it has introduced a new drone cam, which of course FPF just pushing the boundaries once again. It is forever impressive. Simon Dagenet, thank you for joining me. Thank you for filling in on short notice.
Mokan, of course, interrupting my outro as he
quick
does every
thing.
week.
One quick thing for our FPF world. Don't forget, starting this week, you have to play all 5 games if you want to be eligible for playoffs. If you are a new acquisition to your team.
That was your
Every time.
only thing you had to remember every time. You stick to the super long intros and missed on
See,
it.
but now I missed the cue in the song. You guys can't hear it, but I missed my cue.
So you can go
Thank you, Eagle, and thank you all for letting me be myself.
5 games.